Let's talk about that moment. For a few days now, it felt like the entire Nigerian internet was glued to one screen, watching American streamers sprint through the streets of Lagos.
We are here. We are here in Nigeria. Everybody.
Hello everyone, it's Storytelling Mondays. When iShowSpeed touched down in Nigeria, it wasn't just a celebrity sighting, it was a cultural event. But now that the dust has settled and the cameras are off, the conversation has shifted from what he did to what we did. Because if we're being honest, the reactions weren't just about speed. They were a mirror held up, to us, and some of the things we saw, were uncomfortable. And at first, it was pure adrenaline. There was this collective surge of pride, you saw the tweets, the WhatsApp status updates, everyone was buzzing. We're talking about a global star with over 50 million subscribers, someone who could be anywhere in the world, and he chose to spend his birthday here in Lagos, Nigeria. It felt like a massive win for the Nigeria to the world movement. Well, on the main stage, the spotlight was white hot, and for a second there, the energy was unmatched. It was that classic Nigeria we move spirit. But then the vibe started to shift. As the live streams rolled on, the pride started to cuddle into something else. Discomfort, embarrassment. We watched as the excitement turned into a chaotic scramble. There was the begging on camera, the aggressive crowds, and a total lack of coordination that made the whole experience feel less like a guided tour and more like a riot. We saw people focused more on getting a piece of the clout than showing the guests the actual soul of the city in Lagos. We missed the chance to explain the why. Instead of a cultural exchange, it felt like a survival of the loudest. That's when the reflection kicked in. If you scroll through some of the comments during those 48-hour stream, you saw a national self-audit happening in real time. People were saying this is in Nigeria. It felt like a loss. Not a financial loss, but a loss of narrative. We are so used to trending for our food, our nightlife, and our celebrities, but we rarely take the time to explain our history or our context. We simplify ourselves so we can be impressive or viral, and in the process, we lose the depth. For the creative, the storytellers, and the cultural workers watching this unfold, it was a wake-up call. We realized that we move visitors, but we don't actually guide them. We provide energy, but we don't provide interpretation. This visit forced some very hard questions. Questions like, why are we so obsessed with attention that we forget about meaning? Why do we focus so much on being seen that we forget that we want people to actually see us? It became clear that what we were missing isn't culture. We have that in abundance. What we're missing is storytelling discipline. We need cultural directors, not just hype men. We need people who understand that every time the world looks at us, we are either reinforcing a stereotype or breaking one. In the end, the experience was basically a roller coaster. We felt the high of being seen, the shame of how we presented ourselves, unfortunately, and the pain of a missed opportunity. But maybe that's the silver lining. Maybe this national self-audit is exactly what we needed to realize that the Nigeria to the world brand needs more than just a loud entrance. It needs a soul, a script, and a sense of direction. We don't just want to be trending, we want to be understood. And to be understood, we have to start telling our own original stories with a lot more intention than we did this time around. I hope we take that opportunity. Watch the next video.